So how did Way of the Viking come about? I often get asked this, and there's lots of reasons. It's multifaceted. There's so many factors as to why it came about. But the truth is there was one catalyst for the whole thing. This was the very sad loss of my great friend Al, who died by suicide in 2020. It was a great shock to me, my friends, his family obviously, and everyone who knew and loved Al. And from that moment on, it kind of became my purpose, my drive to try and create some change, create some opportunities for men to have opportunities to talk, to reconnect, to have brotherhood, to actually understand emotions and talk about their emotions, but also just to feel like the best version of themselves. Following on from that, another good friend of mine then organised a sponsored walk amongst our group of friends, my friend's family, which was almost like a commemoration of our good friend Al as well, because he was a Fulham fan, so we decided to walk from the Amex, from Brighton Hove Albion Stadium to Craven Cottage in Fulham, in West London. So we did a sponsored walk, but as part of this, we were getting out regularly to map out the route and to train for it. And we suddenly realised the power of just being around a group of men, having conversations, laughs, chats, sometimes deeper chats, sometimes just surface level banter, but great to be out and have that connection. And this was kind of another thing that kind of stimulated the idea for Way of the Viking. On top of that, my wife's Swedish. I spend a lot of time in Scandinavia, and I kind of love their ethos for outdoor living and life, and I love the whole Viking thing as well, which I've spoken about before in other videos. And so I wanted to try and put all of this together using all of my professional experiences. Tried a few smaller models beforehand and then decided to launch with Way of the Viking with no real idea where it was going. But Way of the Viking was formed with 4 guys who were willing to kind of give it a try and were keen to get amongst it. And it's kind of never looked back from there. It's evolved and continues to evolve. But the idea behind it always was to give men a space where they can find the best version of themselves, where they can get discipline again, find a brotherhood, find camaraderie, where they can be kept accountable, where they have an opportunity, lots of opportunities to talk, whether they want to talk deeply or just to connect or just to have fun or just for banter, but lots of opportunities. That is kind of where Way of the Viking was born from.